Let's imagine that you've bought a domain or several domain names and that you're ready to start selling them. We'll look at the different methods of selling your domains later, but before you get to that stage, you need to plan a sales strategy that strikes an optimum balance between effort and results. Okay, as I suggested very early in this video series, it's perfectly possible to earn good money by doing nothing more than buying a domain name before selling it as is. When this happens, it's perfect because you make quick money and there's very little genuine work involved in doing so. Unfortunately, however, nothing in life is perfect all the time. Not every domain you buy will sell straight away, and assuming that you don't decide to take advantage of the grace period and give it back to the broker and get your money back, you'll sometimes have domains that don't sell so quickly. In one way, this is bad news for the obvious reason that you bought it to sell. But it's never the end of the world. On the contrary, there are a couple of things that you can do to turn this to your advantage. The first option is to park the domain name as a way of generating an income in the interim between buying it and selling it. If you buy a domain through some registrars, this is an internal option they offer if you don't immediately do anything with the domain name. For instance, if you buy a domain through GoDaddy, you can pay a small monthly fee to park a temporary advertising page under the name. They call it cache parking, and as you can see, the prices start at just $3.99 a month. If you do so, they'll pay you a percentage of any advertising revenue that the page generates. Obviously, this is not going to put much money in your pocket, but if it's a domain that already has traffic and the traffic keeps coming, this is one way of generating an income whilst waiting for the domain to sell. Another option is to park it with one of the sites that specialize in selling domains, among whom the biggest and best known is undoubtedly Sedo, which you can find here, Sedo.com. This is a site that's been at the forefront of the domain buying and selling market for many years, and they were probably the pioneer in the business altogether, and they've consequently really got their act together. Sedo will definitely be a site that you'll use in your domain selling activities, and we'll look at doing so later on. Before that, however, one big advantage of the service they offer is that they will also do a free parking service, and they create a domain sales page for you at the same time, and you can just see an example of it here. If you've got existing traffic, you can therefore make money from anyone who clicks an ad on your parked page when they visit and put your domain in the shop window at one and the same time. For this reason, Sedo is definitely a parking option that you should consider using. To park your domain with Sedo, the first thing that you need to do is open a free account, activate the account from the email that Sedo send, and you're ready to certify your account. There are 3 levels of certification. To begin with, as you're primarily interested in parking and selling your domain, the standard certification level is sufficient. The other options are fine too, but they're more complex. Whichever way you decide to go, Sedo will talk you through the whole process. To take advantage of the services provided by Sedo, what you must do is change the name servers, because until you do, the domain you've bought will be still held by the registrar that you bought it from. Now, the process varies from registrar to registrar, but they'll have instructions on their site showing you how you go about it. The final option is to enhance the value of the domain by creating a site underneath it yourself. In the same way that you can flip the domain name, you can also flip a site and often get more money for it when you do. Of course, this option would require more work and is slower. There will, however, be times when a domain that you've bought does not sell as quickly as you expected. In this case, it makes sense to create a niche-focused site that you can start driving some traffic to. As highlighted already, visitors to a site have value. Without visitors, no site can make money, and therefore generating some traction before selling a ready-made site makes a lot of sense if nothing else seems to be effective. As suggested, a domain that comes with traffic and/or Google PageRank already attached to it is one that you should never have any difficulty selling. Logically enough, therefore, the more of these you find, the more profitable your flipping business is going to be. This is where I find that Freshddrop, which you can find here at freshddrop.net, is well worth looking at, as it makes it very easy to find domains that fit these criteria. The site makes it very simple to find domains that already have PageRank, with names that carry anything from PageRank 2 or 3 right the way up, sometimes being available. One of the best things about using Freshddrop is that because of their advanced search resources, it's very easy to find the domains that have PageRank already very quickly. To take full advantage of the site, you need Pro membership, which costs $99 a month, because there are several of the statistics which are only available to paying members. You do, however, get a free trial to try out the service, so there is nothing preventing you from trying it out at no risk. Remembering how important it is to grab the best domains before anybody else does, this can give you a significant advantage over others who might also be looking for domains worth buying. For this reason, I would recommend getting used to how Freshddrop works as soon as you can. Okay, in the next video, I'll talk you through how you can go about selling your domain.